All right, today we're going to talk about the ultimate list of marketing ideas for your landscaping business. Probably the most important part of running a business is getting the work, getting the business in the door, and you need to do some marketing to do that. So, uh, let's run down this list. So, we're going to start with the lettering up your trucks and trailers. Definitely very important thing to have at least signs on your truck and trailer or your truck at a minimum, just a sign on it. If you can afford it, add more to that. Add your, make the logo bigger, do a wrap, anything you can do to make the truck and trailer stand out. I'm sure you've noticed wrapped vehicles driving around your town. Very important, very important to have something on your vehicles to show homeowners who you are. When you're parked at a job, all the neighbors are walking by, driving by, to see who's working on the projects. Neighbors are nosy, so they definitely like to see who's doing the work and what they're doing. Another thing that goes along with that is yard signs, job signs. You always want to put a job sign in a job. We ask the customer once they accept our estimate, if we can put a job sign in there. Same thing as the trucks, except this one's going to work for you 24 hours a day. The job sign in the front yard, customers walking by, driving by, they're all going to see who's doing work in their neighborhood. And definitely, we get jobs. We've gotten many, many, many jobs from job signs. Another thing is what we call 9-arounds or 5-arounds. They're basically door hangers or flyers that you put out when your crew is at a job. 9-around would be the 9 houses surrounding the job. So I guess it would be 2 on each side, and then 5 across the street. So that would be nine flyers or door hangers that your crew, even if they were doing mowing, you could have them in the truck for them, and at every stop they would put them 9 door hangers out at every lawn. If you're doing a landscaping job, obviously you're going to be there all day, most likely. Easy to put that around. If you could do a 5-around, which would the one on each side and 3 across the street. Either way, the whole idea is to have your crew put out some door hangers or flyers every time they're at a customer's house. I would make it a something that you require done by your crews. Um, that Another thing is when you're working for customers, don't assume that they know all the services that you offer. You want to make sure that the customer, they're only usually buying one service from you. So you want to make sure they know everything else you do, every single type of landscaping that you do, any other services that you offer. You want to give them either a brochure or something to let them know everything you do. When you show up at a customer's house or drive by and you see another person there doing a service you offer, you're not going to forget it, because I've had that happen. Years in the beginning of my career, way before, probably, yeah, I there was another competitor there doing a sidewalk, a brick sidewalk, and next time I spoke to the homeowner, I was ran into them at their house cutting the grass. I was like, I complimented them that how it looked nice. I didn't want to sound bitter. I complimented them that that the sidewalk looked nice, but I was like, we do offer services like that too. And she's like, oh, I didn't know. So that's on me. That was my fault for not making them fully aware of everything that we do. Um, so social media posting. I'm sure you guys are aware of social media, but hopefully you have a business page. If you don't have one, you want to get a business page set up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that, in addition to your Google business page. And you want to post to that. You want to post before and after photos, videos of what you guys are doing. If you can do the videos, not everybody is too excited about that, but pictures are the least thing you can do. And you can describe what you're doing and where you're doing it on the posts. Regular posting on there on a regular basis that you could share. You could also share those on your personal page. Ask your friends to share them. So it's very important to post regularly on social media. As you know, everybody is on there now. That is, to me, that's the new TV. When I was younger, TV and the yellow pages were where it's at back when I was younger. And nowadays, it's social media. That's where you got to be. And it can be free. You can advertise. You can run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, but you can also post for free every day. and all your followers, will see those. So, uh, Clipper. Clipper magazine is a print magazine that we have around here locally. It's a coupon book. It's a full size coupon book though. Um, in some areas, it's called local flavor. Uh, I'm sure you guys have some sort of print in your areas. If you don't have those, um, it's something that we've done for 20 years. We run ads in there. At the least, we would run it in the spring, um, and you can obviously run multiple ads, several months in a row in there. But at the least, we would always do at least one, full page in the spring in it. So don't think that print is dead. You can also do postcards, mail out postcards to neighborhoods. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of EDDM. It's Every Door Direct Mail. It's by the post office. It's basically when a postal carrier sent puts your postcard into every single mailbox on his route. So they don't have to be individually addressed. They just have to be have the EDDM insignia on them from the post office, and that would the carrier would put them out on every house. I think typical routes are like 550 to 750. So that's how you have to choose. Those are the bulk purchases you have to make each time. But a lot of times you can do a whole neighborhood with with 600 or 700 pieces. Uh, Ballpark postcards you can get from say 7 to 10 cents depending on the quantity you're buying, and then the postage is about 19 to 20 cents, I think. So you can maybe be, if you're doing a decent quantity, you could get them for around 30 cents delivered. Um, you do 700 houses in a neighborhood, that's $210 to hit the whole neighborhood with postcards. And you can choose your neighborhoods. You could do one a month, one neighborhood a month. You do one neighborhood a week. Um, so don't think that print advertising is dead. It's not. Even with how big the internet is now, print is still an effective way to market to your customers. Uh, Team sports, we've sponsored baseball teams before, little football teams. You could either sponsor the team, or you could put like a banner up at the field to pay. You could pay to do that. Uh, get involved in the community like that. Obviously, there's sponsor a team. There's, I don't know, what is there, 20 kids on a team. You got 20 parents who live in the community. Most likely, they have homes in the area that would be interested in your services. Uh, the other teams are going to see your name on the shirts or on the banner in that league. So that's definitely a good idea. Sponsoring a youth team or getting involved in youth sports. Uh, on your website, like again, assuming you have a website, you want to put blogging posts on your website of tips for homeowners. You could put landscaping tips on there, on the blogs, and then you could also showcase projects that you've done in detail, with detailed photos and explanations of what you did. And let me tell you, if homeowners see a project on there that they like, that they would like to have at their home, it's going to go big ways to giving you uh, building trust with a homeowner that you can complete the type of project. So when they contact you, there's not going to be a wonder of, oh, I don't know, I don't really know this guy. Maybe I don't know if he can complete this project properly. They've already seen, you've already built trust with them by them seeing that on your website, seeing that project that you've completed. Uh, home shows, home shows are another good one. Don't know if you guys have ever done them or been to them, but home shows are really big. There's usually hundreds, if not 100 or hundreds, of companies at the home shows that are offering all the services that homeowners want, anywhere from landscaping to kitchens, baths, roofs, windows, siding, anything you can imagine that you would buy for a home is at the home show. There's usually thousands and thousands of people that attend these shows, and they're eager to find someone to complete their project. There are going to be many people that are looking for a landscaper that go to a home show. And if you have a booth set up there, whatever services you offer, you can set up a little display, um, showing them what you offer. You could either, if you don't want to set up a physical display of plants or pavers or lawn, obviously you can't bring a lawn in there, but uh, you could have pictures of projects you completed on your backdrop for the booth. Um, Either way, you've got to be there and put on a good show for the customers. And I guarantee that you will pick up appointments and leads from the show. Guaranteed. There's going to be every town I know of, even smaller cities, there's usually thousands of people that go to these home shows. So don't rule that out. A lot of times you can get a booth for under 1,000, for a booth, and you could. I know guys that have filled up their entire summer from having a booth at a home show. So definitely something to think about. Here's another one with the website. You want to make sure that you have some search engine optimization done on that website. It's called SEO, search engine optimization, and that is basically what it's going to take to optimize your website for the Google rankings, so that you probably see, if you don't know already, all the people who are on page one when you search for something uh, have done usually an extensive amount of SEO to get on page one at the top of that list. And if you know anything about that, most people search for products on the first page of Google results, and very rarely do they go past that. There's a long running joke that says, "Where's a good place to hide a dead body?" And that's page two of Google, because people only look at that first page for the most part, and choose their provider from that first page. So in order to do that, you're going to need to do some SEO. And obviously, if you can either learn how to do that on the internet, I'm sure there's a ton of videos on it, or you can hire a company to do that. Uh, but it's definitely something you need to consider when you have the budget that allows to do that on your website, to get you into those top ranking positions on Google, so that customers will be able to find you. Because if you're not on page one, they're not going to find you on the internet. So that's flat out. That's just the way it is. Uh, Once you build up an email list from customers, you can send out emails to them on a regular basis. Uh, these are either from previous customers, or customers that you did an estimate for and ended up maybe not getting in the job, but you're still going to have their email address as long as you've collected it properly in the beginning, and you can add that to your list, and maybe they'll be a customer down the road someday. So uh, that's a great way to stay in touch with your previous customers and market to all of them, letting them know. You can put projects on there, you could put tips, just like your blog. You can put tips into the emails for taking care of your yard and stuff like that. Anything that would be valuable information to a homeowner is something you could put on there. It doesn't always even have to be about what you do, but anything valuable, if you think it's valuable that they would appreciate, then you could put it in there, and send that to them on a regular basis. Great way to stay in touch and keep your business top of mind to them when they want a service like yours. They'll remember that you sent those. Oh, we get these emails from this guy every month, so, and they can recommend you to friends, because you're going to be top of mind. That's the most important, is being top of mind when they want your service. So uh, back to the website. So as far as uh, Google pay-per-click, Google ads, Google pay-per-click, they call it. If you SEO takes a while to get your website up to the top of page one. It could take 6 months, it could take a year, it could take several years, depending on how competitive your area is. But the one way to get to the top of the page immediately is Google pay-per-click. And that's where you pay Google to put your ad up there with your company name on it. And you have to pay every time somebody clicks on it. It can get pricey depending on the keywords that you're bidding for. But from a few dollars a click to 10, 20, $30 a click for the really, really high in demand keywords. But that's something that to consider. Google pay-per-click, something you can do yourself, or you can hire a company to do it. Obviously, the company's probably going to do a better job of it than you would, because they're pros and they do it every day. But again, only when budget allows. Definitely something that companies have made a lot of money doing. We've used it many, many times. Customer appreciation box after the sale. This one is really a gem that I think a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of before. After a job is completed, especially if the customer spent any kind of substantial amount of money with you, we send out a gift box. It's a little cardboard box, which costs maybe $1 or $2. And then we have this little bag of cookies that we buy. We buy them in bulk, prepackaged cookies from a company. And we put this little bag of cookies, chocolate chip cookies in there. And some of the most important things that we do in that box, well, we put a postcard in there, that a cardboard piece of paper that says, thank you for your business. We appreciate you. You're very important to us, blah, blah, blah. We've got another card in there that says, if we did a good job, we would really appreciate a five-star Google review from you. And we put a QR code on the card for them to right to our Google page, so they can go on there and give us a five-star review. Now, most likely, we probably already asked them for a review when we made a follow-up call to the customer after the job was complete. But this is a second layer of asking for the review if they haven't given you one already. The other card that we put in there is the referral card. Tell them how much we appreciate referrals to their friends and family, and we offer them $100 uh, referral fee if they refer us to somebody and they do a job with us. We will send them a check for $100. So that's what we put in the gift box. I think it ends up costing us, after shipping, like $20 a box. Uh, so you're giving them appreciation for their business. You are asking them for a review, and you're asking them for a referral, all for $20. And you're building a ton of goodwill with them with that gift box. It's something that I guarantee you, that's something that very few people in your market are doing, if anyone. So it's a way to set your company apart from the rest of the herd. Uh, Very cool thing to do for only $20 per customer. You're doing a few jobs a week. I don't know if you're doing how many jobs you're doing a week, but you can think about a weekly or monthly amount of money to spend. It makes a really big impression on the customer. That gets us to reviews, to how important reviews are. You've got to ask your customers for reviews. We do a follow-up call the next day after the job. I have the secretary do a follow-up call, and as long as everything went perfect and they're very happy, we ask for a review. If anything went wrong, we obviously don't ask. We don't want anything but five-star reviews. We don't want fours. We don't want threes. We don't want nothing. We want 5 stars or nothing. That way you catch it a day later. If there's a problem, you come back, you fix it, and then you can ask for a review if you choose after that, if they're 100% pleased at that. So, but reviews are huge on Google and Facebook. Customers, that's how customers shop now. They look at your reviews. So definitely gotta do that. Gotta ask for reviews. Nextdoor is a great place to post. Same thing with like Facebook. You're going to want to post on there regularly. You're going to want to post pictures of jobs, before and afters, or videos. And then once you post on your business page on Nextdoor, you share it on your personal page, just like Facebook. Um, Nextdoor, go and check Nextdoor out. I'm not going to really get into exactly what it is. It's a neighborhood app that all the busybodies of the neighborhoods are on there talking about, and they're on there passing contractors around, and they go on there and look for contractors. So Nextdoor is a very important place to be. Okay, letters and postcards to previous customers. So this is another way to keep in touch in addition to the emails with previous customers. Send out a letter or a postcard, even if it's just once a year, maybe in the spring. Every spring, you could send them a postcard or a letter, just saying, "Hey, hope everything's well." Blah blah blah. This, if just a reminder, these are the services we offer. If it's anything we can help you out with, be happy to just give us a call or shoot us an email. But you can get previous customers that have already done work with you and trust you and know you are a great source. Don't think that just because they spent 5 grand or 500 or 5 grand or 10 grand or whatever they spent with you, they're done. Never think that. Homeowners are always coming up with ideas of things to do around their house and spending. If they have the spare money, they're going to spend it on their house. So letters and postcards to previous customers, definitely a great idea to keep in touch with them. Uh, Canvassing, you can always knock on doors if you're really aggressive for work. I'm sure you're aware that the pest control, weed fertilizer and weed control companies knock on doors on a regular basis. They do it, especially the big cities that with the big neighborhoods. They really go at it. Knocking on doors is a way to get business, especially if you're new and you need to drum up business fast. I'm telling you, it works. Addition to, if you're a bigger company and you've got the manpower and you can afford to send people out to do that, great thought to do canvassing for business in your neighborhood, especially if you're offering a bunch of services. Even if it's just spring cleanup type of thing, is like, if you're charging the right amount if you're charging the right amount of money, any service can be profitable, any service. So it doesn't matter what it is. Customers could have a need for almost anything landscaping wise. So uh, local business groups. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of networking groups in your community. They usually take place once a week, maybe like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, where you have to attend with other business owners. And usually, if it's a smaller group, you'll be the only. They only allow one person in per service, so they're going to only allow one landscaper, one carpenter, one insurance guy, one website guy. So you don't have to compete with anybody there. But let's say there's 20 people in the networking group. You are expected to possibly refer the other people. If you have any friends or family that are looking for any of the services that the other people in the group provide, you're expected to recommend them and refer them. uh, just like they are all 20, you'd have 20 people there that if they don't need any landscaping work done themselves, they're going to have 20 people they're all going to have friends and family that might want landscaping, and they're expected to refer you. So networking groups are a pretty neat way to market. I've been a member of one. I don't currently do it, but I've done it in the past when I had the time to do it, and I definitely got work from it. I can remember the jobs right now that I got from that. So networking groups are, if you've got the time, and they don't usually cost anything, or maybe your meal, because you usually eat while you're there. So we had a breakfast meeting where we would have to go and just, we would all eat breakfast together for an hour every week. So networking groups, think about that one for a while. Uh, Sponsoring local events. We sponsor events or race cars. We sponsor a race car at one of the tracks in our community. That's there's, I don't know, I think they get 5 to 7 thousand people maybe or something, who come to the races. So you're on the car. If it's a competitive car, your name's on the side of it. It can be a big event in your area. There's all kinds of other events that you could sponsor or be at. We have like a taste. They have a food tasting event. There's several, actually 3 or 4 of them every year in our area, that you could get a booth there. You set up a little table with your name on the front of it. Um, Flea market type of deal. We've done those before. Neighborhood neighborhood events for HOAs. If you brainstorm in your head any kind of the little events that are happening in your neighborhood, you call up and see if you could put up a booth there. Again, these are things that take time. In the you gotta have some time, or if you have the money, you can just send somebody that works for you to do them. But being involved in the community like this is a way to get your name out, get your branding out, and make more customer aware of you, and make you top of mind. So, top of mind is obviously the most important thing, is to have when customers want a project done, or any kind of landscaping service, you want them to think about, oh, hey, yeah, I saw that company at that event, or we got a postcard, or we saw a job sign in the neighborhood, we saw their trucks. The more you market, the bigger you're going to get, the more jobs you're going to get. So hopefully this list has been some help for you. uh, if you got value from this video, I appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe. We're definitely going to have a lot more videos like this in the future to help you guide your landscaping business and grow. Thank you.